like crazy with 8 weeks. Like he did a lot for me.
Oh my gosh! Ah! This is the biggest mistake of them all. Okay, I thought I already got the biggest mistake. Jeepers! So Will Tennyson kind of made a big mistake, and I felt my insides like cringe when I saw this, so I just had to point it out. But by the end of this video, you're going to be fully equipped to actually avoid running into this mistake when it comes to your weight loss. So before anything, I just want you to hear my heart behind this. I really appreciate Will Tennyson's content. I actually found his channel when he had like 1,000 subscribers several years ago. This was like back in 2019. Although he and I are in very different life situations, he's got a lot of valuable information. And I mean, the guy's funny.
It takes 66 days to form a habit and change your life. Something that I've achieved in the past and something I've decided I want to help a subscriber achieve. I had thousands of people enter, and the person who came in first is right in this building. Welcome to day 1 of 66.
Now, not just a stranger, actually happened to be a dad. And for that matter, he was a new dad, which therefore makes it very near and dear to my heart, because body transformations in the midst of chaos and life and stress and family just kind of happens to be my specialty. So I just had to point this out because this is a huge issue that 99% of the people are gonna run into.
Housekeeping. What's up, man? How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, dude. It's your trainer.
I know.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, so, I mean, like I said, first off, I love this. I just love the concept of what he's doing here. Really engages his community. So that, first off, is phenomenal.
Name's Josh, 31 years old, new dad to a 10-month-old son. I've always worked jobs where it was always on the road. So fast food was easy to me, and a lot of my jobs were not physically demanding. Unfortunately, my heart just couldn't take the fast food anymore and the lack of movement, and I ended up having like a mini heart attack, going to the doctor, getting blood work, finding out that my triglycerides were through the roof.
That, honestly, my heart aches for this guy in the midst of all that he's going through. He's now a new dad. Now and dealing with all of this stuff. So as a parent of 4 kids, like I can only fathom what it would be like to be in that dire of a health situation, have this scare, and then realize like you have a family now depending on you.
Take me to your kitchen.
Let's go.
I better not see a donut. Although bribery is welcome, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna be going through pantry, fridge. If I see something that I don't like, 5 push-ups.
No.
Liquid, 10 push-ups, okay?
Ah, I can't stand this. Okay, first off right there, like I get it, I know, part of this he's probably doing for the entertainment value, but just the fact of coming in right off the bat, like you've got someone who's not done well sticking to a diet plan, not done well sticking to working out, is very overweight, wants to get healthy, has all these health cares, and then you're gonna immediately come in and in a sense, you're demonizing the food and causing punishment. There's punishment doing push-ups if you find something in his kitchen that he doesn't like. Okay, so now I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this is just for entertainment purposes, but when you go to actually start a diet, you gotta make this something that's sustainable. It's gotta be something that you love. And if you don't love it, if you feel like you're punishing yourself, if you feel like you're constantly cutting out all the things that make life a little bit more enjoyable, you're gonna fall off and you're not gonna actually reach your goal. So just to give you an idea, like I have made tremendous progress eating all the things that I love. We do a family pizza movie night. I do ice cream sundaes. Now granted, I'm not eating this stuff all the time, but I incorporate this stuff and I make it a part of my life because I enjoy these things, but I can still get in shape because of it. And even if you were far more overweight than I was, because I know a lot of people look at me and say, well, you're not that overweight. And although I was pushing 25, 30 pounds overweight when I first started my journey, I know a lot of people are in a worse situation, but what you simply need to do is just find ways to include those and incorporate those into your nutrition overall. Anything to make it more sustainable. Okay, let's keep going.
When my son was born, you know, holding him without a shirt on and just seeing myself was like it wasn't that I looked fat, I looked unhealthy. Like my skin didn't look healthy, my hair was just like everything about me, just like didn't want to be that person anymore. I think another problem too was like, it was always like, I'm doing it for me, and like, really I didn't care for me that much to do anything, right? Like I didn't have enough self-love, I guess is a good word to put it, to like actually go to the gym and like stick to a routine. It wasn't until my son was born and I'm like looking at him like, man, like if I don't get healthy, like you're not gonna have a dad when you're older, or you're not gonna have someone who can like take you to sports and play sports with you, run in the backyard. Like if I don't do this, it's not even for me anymore. It's for my son, and that's what kind of started it all.
That's really where it gets me, because this is where I'm coming from. For me, a lot of this, I mean, yes, like I want to be strong, I want to be mobile, I want to look a particular way, I want to feel confident, but far more important than that is literally being around for your kids, literally being able to actively engage with them, move with them. The more active they're gonna get, the older they get, the more you gotta be able to keep up with them. You wanna be able to do things. Just the other day, my son and I went to like an indoor rock climbing place, and thank God I was able to have the capacity to just do it and not have to worry about it. And just beyond all of this, like your kids need you. They need both you guys as parents. It means a lot that he saw this and was able to make a change because of it. So, I mean, props to this guy just for going into this. It's really incredible.
More push-ups. Freezer, here we go. Don't tell me these are all ice creams back there.
No.
Are these all ice creams?
It's silver.
These are all...
No, they're not ice cream.
Okay, there's sorbet. There's sorbet. There's sorbet.
Yeah. It's frozen ice.
Dude, 10 push-ups. Let's go.
Okay, again, what did I say? I eat ice cream. You can eat ice cream and you can still lose weight. You just gotta take some small, simple steps to actually be able to do it. If it's something that means that much to you, I would include it.
So in order for me to make you the best program possible, I have a few questions for you, okay?
Okay.
First one, how many days a week do you want to be in the gym?
5.
5 days, okay. 5 days a week with all that running too?
Yep.
Okay, so here, to Will's credit, like I love how he's going through this. I mean, this is the type of assessment that I would do, sit down and actually understand where people are coming from, what's their history, what are their desires, what are their goals. Like, this has to be done. Now, my hope is that he's going to tailor and create the program, not that Josh wants, but the one that Josh needs. That's the key here. So that's what I'm hoping we're gonna see.
What does your perfect program look like?
Perfect program would be like almost like a 5x5.
Okay, so you like the lower rep explosive
I
work?
love, yeah.
Okay, because anything above that's like bullshit. Cardio.
Yeah,
pretty much at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what? Anything above, now, okay, granted, he's probably joking here. He's probably joking. He knows his stuff. But anything above a 5x5 is not cardio. Now, granted, I know. People in the comments, you're gonna be saying he's joking. I get it, he's joking. But here's one of the things that you've got to be careful of as a personal trainer is actually looking and seeing what has this client been doing. Because if you've been doing the same thing, you're going to get less results than if you did something that is different. Now, that's not to say this whole idea that was in the 90s, a little bit of P90X, which I loved P90X when I used to do it, but it wasn't the most optimal muscle building and fat loss program. But this whole idea of muscle confusion, like to an extent, there is something to that, but if you are constantly changing up your workout, you will never have consistency to know whether or not you are actually getting stronger. That's where this comes down to, is doing something consistently for an extended period of time and then coming back to it eventually, rotating back to it so that you know I'm getting stronger. So this is super important when you're trying to build a program for a client, because you've got to make it something that most likely is a little bit different than what they've been doing. Now, what I do give him credit for is he's probably trying to build something that Josh is going to like, that he's going to love. Because if we have something that we love and that we like, we're far more likely to be able to sustain it. So there's a balance there between both of those and figuring out what does that look like.
As we made our way to the gym, what Josh didn't know was test 2 was about to happen. Let's see how he takes his coffee.
What?
Where are we going?
What do you want for coffee?
What do I want for coffee?
Yeah.
Medium regular, but I don't think I'm gonna get.
No, you failed the test. This was a test.
I know.
Regular. That's. Can I get a medium dark roast black? And then a medium regular coffee.
I'm
And that's
sorry,
it.
That's it.
Dude,
I
if we break that habit, you're gonna be ready for the Mr. Olympia, man. Like seriously.
But it's just one sugar.
Dude, how many coffees do you have a day?
I don't want to know.
No, how many coffees do you have a day?
Like 4?
Dude, that's literally your calorie deficit right there.
A regular coffee at Tim Hortons has 135 calories.
Okay, that was really good. I love that he points this out, just the way that he kind of went about showing Josh what the impact of even just cutting out a few liquid calories can actually do. Because coffees can add up if you like he shows, especially if you're drinking that many. So I appreciate the fact that he is finding these little ways, the little tweaks that he can make to actually make a huge impact. Because that's what this is all about. It's like, for me, with very little time, I'm trying to help the people that I work with find the small tweaks that they can make that are going to lead to giant peaks, muscle, fat loss, the body transformation that you've been wanting, that you've been thinking was impossible, you can actually get there.
Every coffee, man, every coffee, a regular is like 150, 200 calories.
And black is
Zero.
yeah, but black it tastes horrible. I know.
If you said an ice cap, I would have just. I would've
No,
went
that's
home,
so
yeah.
gross.
I love ice caps. Ice caps are pretty good. They're not my favorite anymore. I actually don't drink them as often, but man, again, sustainability, man, you got to find ways to include it. But look for the big bang for your buck. So find the things that you can, live without for a time or cut down on, and it can make a huge difference.
Okay. Lat pull down.
Lat pull down. What's your favorite attachment? Do you like this one the best?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, this one. Okay.
Squat rack.
Squat rack. Okay.
Yeah. Extension, leg extension.
Oh, leg
Sorry,
extensions.
yeah.
Okay. When building a program, exercise selection is so important. So I really wanted to go around the gym and see what Josh's favorite exercises are, because I want him to have fun, but I also want the exercises that he's doing to be effective. So it's kind of finding that balance for him, so he's going to continue to come and be consistent.
Okay, this is great that he's kind of, again, this is exactly what I was talking about, trying to find the things that he's going to like, be consistent, but also that are effective. And I would add also that are going to be novel. Because if there's something that is novel, even if it's not the most effective exercise, if you've been doing, let's say you're doing squats, all the time, but you've never done like a leg press, or for that matter, you've never done like a deadlift, it's going to be far better for you to do something like a leg press, even though it may not be as effective or optimal as a squat. But if you've never done a leg press before, you're gonna see benefit by just introducing something novel, a novel stimulus to your body.
Strict pull-ups. Okay. None of this.
Okay.
All the way down.
Yep.
All the way up. Extend down.
Okay.
Like that. What does this laugh mean? Okay, come on. Come on.
That's it. I can't.
And as you can see, when it comes to pull-ups, we have a lot of work to do. But I'm confident over the next 66 days, we can build that up.
You want pretend your son's strapped to you. Oh, poor son.
I got.
You know what, man? You didn't get one?
No.
That just makes the end result, it's gonna be sick.
Okay, here's a really important thing. This is really important. This is not what I expected to see, but one of the biggest things that you've got to think about as a personal trainer when you're going into a new client is actually assessing their movement and their mobility. So, okay, we're gonna watch this back. I don't know if you can see, but when Josh does the pull-up, now granted I know he can't quite get there yet, muscles are weak, but even as the muscles engage, you can see the strain on his left shoulder, and his left shoulder is tweaking into a funny motion there that clearly says there's a weakness, there's an imbalance between his left and right side. So one of the things that a really good trainer will actually do is take you through an assessment to figure out what your mobility looks like, because that's gonna affect the type of exercises and how you're going to approach your training. Otherwise, you're going to potentially make those imbalances worse and potentially cause an injury or just derail your fat loss, because now you're dealing with some sort of injury or weak point in your body. But again, I know this is for video, this is for entertainment purposes. I know he's also trying to help Josh, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt here. There's something even more shocking that's coming up.
I saw on the Gymshark app that one of your goals is to hit your daily protein intake.
Yes.
So do you struggle with that?
Yes, my job, I'm always on the road. So like trying to find like good protein intake while on the road, it's difficult, right? Finding ways to achieve protein goal with like whole foods while like being busy with work and like being a dad is like my end goal.
Okay. So you gotta get in that meal prep mindset.
Yes, oh for sure.
Okay, so this This is a really important thing to think about because this is literally my life. Protein, yes, on the go. So I work a job in remodeling. I'm constantly away from home. I'm always trying to think ahead. And the cool thing is now it just runs on autopilot. All it took was a few simple tweaks to actually make this possible, to actually hit from Whole Foods. But that's where some protein supplements can actually come in. So getting your protein from a whole food source is gonna probably be optimal. But if you're not hitting your protein goal, that is the muscle driver, and it's so vital to actually be able to build muscle. So if you're not even hitting it, you've got to include some sort of supplement, especially when you're on the go and on the move. I often use protein shakes, whether it's during the day or at the end of the night, adding some egg whites to my breakfast. I do a lot of whole eggs, but I'll also add some egg whites sometimes. Simple things like that make it super easy to actually hit your protein goal.
All done?
All done.
Perfect. And now we're gonna make a sauce that doesn't have to go in and out of your diet. You get it? You got it, right?
I got it.
All right. This sauce, you're gonna wanna start putting on everything. Trust me. It's gonna be on your bedside table in no time. So if you know In-N-Out, the animal style sauce, it's pretty much that, but it's around like 30 calories a tablespoon now. What, Will? Wow.
That's
I can't believe
crazy, Will.
There we go. I'm telling you, you're gonna brush your teeth with that.
Okay, I do appreciate that he's trying to find balance. He's trying to find a way to allow him to still eat the things that he loves without having to, sacrifice a whole lot. So it's finding some small tweaks, finding some ways to eat something that's a little bit lower calorie. Now here's the cool thing, is if you just focus on whole food, you're not gonna need to worry about this as much. Focusing on whole food will allow you to eat to your satiety levels, eat until you feel satisfied, without actually eating ridiculous amounts of calories, which processed food tends to come in. Now, especially when you start including sauces, heavy cheese, butters, all that kind of stuff, but there's still a place for that. So we just gotta find the right balance.
Sauce on the bottom. Is there a difference between putting this on versus this?
Then there's
Probably no difference, right?
Not at all.
Okay, just a small comment, I gotta say this. If you're gonna do cheese, just do real cheese. Don't do none of this, rubbery, floppy cheese. It's garbage, in my opinion. Okay, so here's actually where the rubber hits the road, and it's in his follow-up video, which was really what was shocking, frankly.
66 days ago, when I started this challenge, I weighed 237.8 pounds, I believe, which is crazy to think that in 66 days I was able to cut 18 pounds, build muscle at the same time. I feel way more energetic. I feel stronger, healthier. I feel like a whole new person. I look at myself different in the mirror now, which is crazy. I haven't done that since high school. I don't think I've weighed 219 since high school, which is unbelievable.
Give a round of applause for Josh, because that's no easy feat.
The coffee setup.
Okay.
Right? Drink black coffee now.
You drink it black?
I feel like drinking black.
Yeah.
With a little bit of sweetener. It's a healthy addition, no more sugar. Supplements. I'm like starting.
Protein. Okay. I like the grill of mine.
Yeah.
Code Will, 20% off.
Multivitamins is a thing now, every day.
Okay, so here's what's cool is the building of small habits. But what's crazy is you do not have to do this all at once. Now, in Josh's case, he bit a lot off all at once. And this is what's leading us to really, I would argue, is probably the biggest mistake with this entire plan.
I don't go to Tim Hortons now and crave donuts and farmer's wraps and sweet things.
How many farmers wraps do you have?
Zero.
Zero.
It's been a long 60 days.
Have you been dreaming about them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. Yeah. I got some plans after today.
Oh.
Just for one day though.
Never thought I'd be jealous of a farmer's wrap.
Listen, I haven't cheated once this entire 60 days. I've been on point this entire time, and tomorrow morning I'm grabbing a farmer's wrap on the way to work.
You deserve it, man.
Thank you.
Okay, right there. It's not about cheating or not cheating on your diet. Make this again, it goes back to making this sustainable. Make this something that you just choose. Choose to have something that's not the healthiest option. Now, ultimately, if you're tracking calories, it's gonna boil down to make sure you're hitting your protein goal and sticking within your calorie range. So if you're doing that, just choose to enjoy the thing that's higher calorie. It doesn't have to be cheating, because then it creates this mentality that's gonna make you want to grab the thing that you say you're not supposed to grab. So the best way to make this sustainable is to make this something where you don't feel like you are depriving yourself, especially when you're trying to do all of what he's trying to do all at once.
12 reps, man. You must be happy with that.
Extremely.
So you passed flying colors today.
The first 2 weeks of working out, my body was in a whole like different world. Like I remember the Tuesday after squats, I could barely sit on the toilet. Like my legs were done. Friday I couldn't walk all weekend.
Okay, this is the biggest issue that I see with this entire plan. Now, okay, granted, Josh still made incredible progress. I love that Will's trying to help someone to actually make a massive transformation in their body. But here's the problem. If you start working out, you're a normal person. You've got a normal job. You've got the stress of family now, a baby, life, all that stuff. And then you're gonna go pound yourself with a workout. And then you go and throw everything but the kitchen sink and do all of this all at once. You're going to run into problems. Because I mean, the guy literally couldn't sit on the toilet without hurting. He was, trouble walking. This is where we've actually got to remember that less is more. If you're that new to all of this, it does not take much stimulus to actually start initiating muscle growth and fat loss. And the problem is, it's not like by doing more, you're gonna get there faster. You're actually going to hinder your results, and you're gonna get there way faster by actually doing less, which I know is counterintuitive. But when you slam your body with all of that training all at once, and you're so sore, your movement is hindered, and your body's just trying to heal, and you're not actually able to recover and adapt and actually add more muscle. Now granted, you're still gonna get there, but it's just gonna take a little bit longer. Josh honestly could have started with probably somewhere between 1 to 2 days of training a week, and he probably would have seen some faster results. And this comes down to really the biggest issue that I see with all of this is throwing and cramming too much into this, because the guy's a dad, he's got a full-time job, he's got all these other stressors in his life, on top of a baby, and now you're trying to dramatically transform your body. This is where you've got to take the less is more approach. Do the least amount to elicit the most response. Thanks to my friends over there at Mind Pump for coining that phrase, but that is truly my motto as a dad with all the things going on in my life that I have. And I have even made more progress doing less workouts, because when I first started, I was working out like 5 days a week. And I saw better results when I actually did less. One of my clients that I'm actually working with, I've got her working out 3 days a week for about 15 minutes. And that's all it takes to really start seeing some strength gains and progress that you can easily adapt from and then build upon that, because you can always add more.
For the first 30 days, I was chasing the number on the scale, because at one point during this 66 days, I plateaued for like a solid 2 weeks where I couldn't get under the 230 mark. And it was like really stressing me out, where it was like, I was starting to try to like shock my diet and like go down to like low calories and stuff like that. But then like, sure, the scale's not moving, but then I look in the mirror and I take a photo and I compare it to the video one, and I'm like, damn, like, look at my arms, look at my chest, like.
Yeah, this is what's key. A lot of people focus way too much on the scale. I'm glad that they pointed this out, is that when you're building muscle, if your weight is staying exactly the same for potentially 2 to 3 months, we're in like the Goldilocks zone. You're building muscle and you're losing fat at the same time, and that's actually going to be the best place for you to be, instead of the scale constantly dropping. Now, depending on how much weight you have to lose, you still might see the scale drop a little bit, but if we can keep you hovering, you're going to be in a phenomenal spot to actually make more progress faster, because muscle weighs more than fat, so you've got to remember that. And when you see the scale not dropping, the worst thing that you can do is just start slashing calories. You've got to be patient. You got to ride this out to see what happens over a couple weeks, because obviously he still was seeing some massive changes. So if he hadn't adjusted his diet, I would argue he actually would have seen more progress.
Yeah. This isn't goodbye. This is see you soon.
Right.
Right? You want to tell them why?
Okay, so starting, I guess now, I'm going to be entering a prep for the summer shredding that's coming to Toronto in August.
Coached by?
Coached by yours truly.
Oh, no, please. All right, someone coming from this place I would never encourage to do a bodybuilding competition. You got to remember these physique competitions, bodybuilding competitions, it's all about aesthetics. It's all about how you look. You are going to sacrifice and do unhealthy things to look a particular way, and it's not necessarily optimal. It's never really optimal or healthy for you to go this extreme. He would be far better off doing something like a powerlifting meet or just focusing on getting strong, something where you've got tangible goals. He's come a long way, but he's still got a long ways to go. And when you're hyper fixated on just your physique and your aesthetics, it's going to cause you to do things that will really slow down your metabolism, make it, it'll impact your hormones. It's gonna make it very difficult for you just to live life and actually build muscle after that point. Now, you can recover all of that ability, but it takes time. And so I'm really discouraged that Will did not discourage him from doing this, but I really would like to see you not do this summer shreds thing.
It has been such a pleasure to be able to work with Josh, and I can honestly say that me and him are gonna be friends forever. He's just such a good person. I feel like every man should be more like Josh. The way that he loves his wife, adores his son, is just so inspiring. And sometimes he showed up at the gym without sleeping, and he just put in the work, he progressed. And he inspired me like crazy over 8 weeks. Like, he did a lot for me.
Oh my gosh! This is the biggest mistake of them all. Okay, I thought I already got the biggest mistake. Jeepers! Okay, if there's one thing, now granted, I'm not gonna put this all on Will, but to tout this as like a good thing, I know he's speaking to Josh's character, that's awesome. A good trainer will tell you to never do this. If you did not sleep that night, if you did not get good sleep that night, if you got short sleep the night before you are supposed to go to the gym, please do not go to the gym. You're trying to create a safe environment. If your body is not recovered, you're not going to build muscle. You're not going to lose fat. Like this gets me. This like is where it really bothers me because I made this mistake. I'm telling you, I made this mistake for almost an entire year and I got nowhere. I dieted and there was times where I was getting 3 to 4, maybe 5 hours of sleep and I lost a ton of muscle. And I was trying to diet down and I did not get to where I was trying to go. I did not look how I wanted to look. I just looked tiny. Sleep has been compared almost to the same impact that steroids can have on your body. Now I know, okay, don't quote me, sleep is not steroids, but the impact that steroids can have on your body, like the percentage wise, that's how much sleep can have an impact on your ability to lose fat, to build muscle. Your cravings are gonna skyrocket when you're not getting sleep. Please, 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 please. Josh, if you ever hear this video, I know you're starting a YouTube channel. I'll put that link down in the description below. I would love to see you, and I know you're growing, you're learning, you're adapting. Like I made this mistake, but a trainer should know better to say, hey, you don't sleep, you don't show up at the gym. Get your sleep. I have gotten so much better about this that even when I slept, but it just wasn't the best sleep, I could just tell the kids got up in the night. I'm not gonna work out or I'm going to adjust my workout to be more recovery focused because you will massively slow down your weight loss and your muscle building when you're not getting sleep.
It's so cool to see the confidence that he has, the smile that he has. It just like looks like there's this weight off his shoulders. It's not like he became this new person. He just realized who he's always been. And I'm just so happy for him. I'm over the moon for him. And I just know that he's destined for great things.
Okay, I wanna give props where props are due, because Will, well done, man. I love seeing you do this type of video. And Josh, I mean, like, bravo. Like, as a dad, new dad, taking on a venture like this, you've made tremendous progress. But let me finish with this, because I love that. Just to the point, to give them credit. Again, they did an amazing job, even in the midst of some big things that they needed to adjust. But just the fact that he talks about Josh, it's not like he became a new person. He always was that person. And that's where I really want you to start. Starting with your identity, starting with who you are. Because all of the processes and the things that you do to get a body transformation, those come when you know who you are. What is your identity? You're a healthy person. You're someone who cares about, taking care of yourself, being there for your kids. From there come the steps and the processes that then lead to the outcomes of losing fat, building muscle, transforming your body. Oh! This was still good, still enjoyable to go through. If you
like this style of video, would you let me know in the comments down below? Because I'd like to do more of these if it's something that you really want. But if you want faster results and truthfully, the best results and the most realistic approach when you have a normal life, you know, kids, spouse, work, stress, watch this video over here. And as always, go get strong, but first go give your kids a hug like I'm actually about to go do, because I think family matters more. And I will see you over there on the next video.